My daughter has got this Lincoln tore apart inside. Holy smoke. If you're working on one of these cars, there's some information you might be interested to know. Olivia, what are you doing to my car? The beautiful Lincoln.
Trying to fix the sunroof.
This is the also popular Panoramic Moonroof. It was a very expensive option when new, and everyone wanted it.
And a very expensive option when old too.
So it's got a giant movable glass pane, and then a fixed glass pane, and then a sunshade. So there's multiple sunroof motors basically.
This side isn't moving, but this side is. So it's almost tilting, right? And
it's binding,
It's binding, and it's not closing all the way.
So I found out that Olivia is a professional at removing interiors because she has good memory. She knows where everything goes, and she also doesn't break things.
That is true.
So, and
I have a better patience.
Yes, anytime she needs help, she's like, I can't get this, so I come over and just break it for her.
You learn after a few times not to ask for help.
I'm like, oh, you just have to pull really hard. So the moonroof opens properly, and then kind of a trolley track up here, and you'll notice as soon as you try to close it, this one's gonna move. Go ahead, try to close it. Okay, stop, open, stop, close. Okay, stop. It's this part here that's clicking back and forth because a part of it is broken on the back. That is supposed to be fixed. It's not supposed to move because it's all supposed to be one. Ford made these pieces out of plastic, and they're the most common that break. We didn't realize that. It sounded like it was just weak. So we put a new Ford motor in. Impossible
Yeah, because there's a difference. We tried to swap the sunshade motor and the sunroof motor, and they're not the same.
In a panoramic roof, they're not.
In a panoramic roof, yes.
But in a regular moonroof, they are and can be.
Yes.
That's why we're making this video, because there's not a lot of information about this.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you some of the issues, hopefully some of the fixes. Now we're going to pull this glass. We'll show you how to do that. Before you unplug all the wiring, when you're going to remove the moonroof, make sure the moonroof is open to this position.
Yes, because you need to get at the screws.
Easy mistake to make. Olivia made it.
Oh.
She did. But the weird thing about when Olivia made it is she did it twice.
Oh, really? Really?
Hey, when you're getting paid by the hour, you might as well add.
Am I getting paid?
We'll see if it works. If it works, you're getting paid. Where are you at now?
We removed the glass, so.
The glass comes out just like that, and it's held in place, and just
6 Torx screws.
3 on each side.
Number 25.
And once we got the glass out, we can clearly see what's wrong. Boom. This is broken. Right there. And so when you open the glass, this trolley carries it perfectly, but when it starts to close, this pops out. And then the glass gets crooked and bound because that one's still not broken. So next, this kit that Olivia ordered. These are the new trolley pieces. So basically that's just going to slide in this track. And these are made of aluminum instead of plastic. So they're supposed to be much better.
Yeah.
So what's your next step?
Next step is to remove the tracks. They're all Torx bits alongside the whole rail.
The motors are in the back here. They're removed right now. You have to have the motors out to do this job because the cables need to slide freely where the motor gears would engage with them.
Tech tip on when you have the identical motors is to do a paint mark on one of them. This is Olivia. A new update. Dad is not here, but I had to take, so after you undo all these screws, you also have to undo the screws that's holding the sunshade on. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 Torex as well, and that just hangs down. And this piece goes on here.
What about this?
So this longer screw goes right in this little hole right here, and then the really short screw goes on this side right here. This is the track. So remember last time I think you guys saw, you take the track, the screws off, and then you take the sunroof screws off, and after that you can kind of wiggle it and it'll pop out, and then the tracks are connected to the, you know what this is, the wire, and so then the wire and the track will slide out, see, of the back. Taking it off the back was easier because I tried to do it in the front, and there's this little, you see that little black piece right in the track, and that was blocking it from coming out, and so there isn't one on this back side, so it slid right off.
Well, we did a little cleaning of this track. We tried by hand, as you can tell. For whatever reason, this track got screwed up.
Yeah.
Maybe because this was broken and it was binding and it started to change this track structure. So if that happens to you, I just used a small crescent wrench. I stuck it in here, and you know, you can kind of close this teeth, and then you can manipulate this track ever so slightly. So just take a pen and just mark kind of where it started to bind. Right here, this part of the track was spread open and it was catching the trolley. So I'm going to use a hand file and clean it a little bit, but I use like a punch and a hammer and just gently. This is aluminum. It manipulates pretty easy.
Yeah.
The other thing that was happening is this track, where it was interfacing with this plastic track, it was bent down slightly, and so it was catching. And the track had closed there, and so when we were running the sunroof, you could hear the motor just like, and it would just get jammed. So I did the same with this crescent wrench. There are slides that come in the kit right here, these type of slides. The one from Amazon is oversized.
Yeah.
And it does seem somewhat flexible. For whatever reason, this seems too big and it does not want to slide properly in the track. So this is the other new one. So we opted to use the original one. It was still fine, it's not broken.
Yeah.
And so far, it seems to slide great.
Okay, hi guys. We're reinstalling this right side track. So step 1 is have it face the right way, and this is the cable. So we're gonna reinstall the cable. So you take the new track out, you have this little piece on the cable that connects into the new track like that. Do you see that? So it seats up nicely.
Yep.
Goes inside. It's kind of like that.
And you just feed the cable
all the way. And then at the end, you gotta make sure that it fits in properly. It'll fit in one way, and then the screws screw into it. So this slides in, the metal piece that goes from the cable, and then there's a little bracket with 2 screws. The first screw is just, you know, a regular one, and then the second screw is a bracket that attaches to the sunshade, so you don't put that in yet. On this panoramic roof, there's this little piece right here, only on the right side, that goes into one of the screws. So I made another small error. It's not anything bad, but this is the sunshade. There is this little pocket right here that it fits in perfectly. So I should have
slid that in as you were installing the track.
Exactly.
Well, there's Mrs. Lumberjack. How are you doing?
Good. Do I have to drop this stupid thing too? I think I do. I don't want to do this anymore.
You quit?
Do you want to take over this project?
No, I never did any of it. I don't even know.
You can take this project over. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Well, obviously I could figure it out.
Baby out.
You know a lumberjack from Lumberjack Garage can figure it out. I'm just giving you the opportunity to learn something new. To be proud of yourself. My gosh. Are you going to have to literally take it all to the beginning?
I think I have to retake it back. This is... and I already attached that one. I literally cry.
Do you quit?
I quit. This is my resignation letter. Quit.
Really?
Ah! Oh,
Don't mess something up. That's the worst, is if you have to redo it, but then you start breaking things, and then it takes way longer.
You would know. Okay, next step. After we reinstalled the rails with this is the sunshade motor, this top one. So the bottom one is the cable. I mean, this one is the regular cable. This one is the sunshade cable. After that, you just slide this sunshade in. It's really easy. These are the plastic pieces it just slides right into. This is easy. This mistake is easy to do, guys. I accidentally, oh, there goes my bit. You have to push the motor back first, and then you have to attach that last screw of the sunshade so that when it's closing, it closes that sunshade as well. Like that. Then you screw this back on. See,
because
guys?
that's why this arm is on this trolley, because it interfaces with this, and that's what shuts the sunshade as the moonroof is closing.
Oh my lord.
This is the part that's nice to have a hand. This might be difficult to do with one person, to set the glass. So obviously the glass is held on with the shoulder bolt in the back and then the 2 bolts up front. It's important to attach the glass before you put the sunroof motor in to align this trolley. And if the motor was in, clearly you couldn't move that.
Right.
So do that next.
All right, so we're replacing the motors.
Normally car stuff,
Yeah.
left and right, is
Facing the driver.
driver's seat.
All right, so we'll
this would
face
be
the driver's seat.
This would be the left.
The left side is the sunshade, and the right side is the sunroof. So you clip it in. I like to clip it in first. Then it just kind of goes in one way, and these screws line up. There's 3 screws that have the same size of Torx, and it goes right up, and it screws right in. Tech tip.
If your headliner looks like my headliner, with some greasy little fingerprints from taking it down, some various water spots from previous where the moonroof must have flooded because the drains get plugged, another common problem on these, then this is what we have found to be successful in cleaning. Product Tough Stuff in the yellow can, or there's one with a red top.
Yep.
The yellow top has this applicator for carpet, but this is a fabric glued to a foam, which is then glued to a hard cardboard backing. If you get it too damp, it starts to lift the fabric. So we spray it on a microfiber towel and then use it to clean. If you want to spray it on, you can, because it's a foaming product.
Okay. Oh. Hey! Why'd you do that? I cannot believe you've done this. Okay, this is the same spot, okay? We're not, but this is what, just a few minutes of scrubbing. You can see the very faint outline still, so we're just gonna do a few more scrubs. I'm doing small circular motion and really working that product in there, and it is getting rid of it. So yeah, look at that.
Wow, that's working great.
Yep. Still better than it was.
Way better than it was. Oopsie, this is what we don't like. It starts lifting on the edges.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Here's a little of this headliner and fabric adhesive from 3M. Now here's the thing. It's kind of a contact cement. When you're done, just spray the tip out. So it's kind of a contact cement in the respect that you're supposed to spray both sides and then let it dry kind of before you touch it. But it is so, I mean, it's a liquid when it comes out of here. And if you spray it on the fabric, it'll bleed right through and it looks horrible. So I rolled the fabric back, sprayed it on the foam, and then just kind of ever so gently, because I don't want that glue to, the liquid will come through this fabric and then it'll just look horrible. I can still feel it's kind of wet. I'm gonna let it dry up a touch more. But it's better, you know, once it starts rolling off, then pretty soon it'll start peeling back. So I wanted to try to glue that to hold it, So this is the back of the headliner. It's held up with a push clip from the bottom, and then it's held on with 2 Velcro pads. This would be the rear glass. But maybe just because my car came from down south, everything is so just like melted from the sun. This Velcro would not come apart. And in fact, Ford looks like they zip tie this part of the Velcro onto a plastic hanger. We're going to reapply some Velcro just to make sure that it'll stick up. I just got industrial strength Velcro 2-sided, and we'll just put one. I'm just going to leave these like that.
Are you gonna?
I think so. What do you think?
Think we can put it back in?
All right, Velcro is here, and it seems to stick pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the Velcro, the other side is up there on those 2 pedestals. So this part is nice to have a helping hand. All right, so the wiring for the sunroof and everything is glued into the headliner. So now we're gonna try to plug everything in. We are gonna plug everything in. I washed my hands before I did this job to not get more fingerprints. Notice this has the automatic rear door feature. So we just unscrewed it from there. It has some amount of flexibility. Also, these wings, you can slightly move them, and at an angle it can come in. So now Olivia is going to hook all the wires up. So you're hooking everything up now.
Yep, there's 2 more big clips on this left side, and then there's 2 for those buttons.
Okay, start the motor. Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right. Says step 1, close the sunroof. So we're gonna close everything.
Are you doing the right switch?
I think so. So we're closing everything.
That was the wrong switch. Do the other switch.
All right.
Uh-oh. There you go. Which switch was that?
Oh dear.
Come on, close all the way, please. Oh. Oh no. This will help someone else.
No.
Tech tip.
No.
It is possible to put these on in the wrong orientation. Notice, we knew this one was the broken one, which was on the driver's side. We also know this part, this wing, is meant to push this down. So we know for sure this is driver's side. Notice the body of this part of the body. Right now, the orientation of our new one, we put it in this way, when actually it's supposed to be this way. So what we found out, the reason we couldn't get the moonroof to close, is in the track here, there's a set screw that is a full stop. So when this trolley is in the wrong orientation, it hits the full stop before the glass fully sets. So, no big deal. It's no big deal, Liv.
It is a big deal.
We just have to take it all back apart. We just have to take it all back apart again. Okay, be gentle.
No.
Be gentle. She's an angry elf.
He's an angry elf. Look at you!
Be gentle. Be
Stupid.
gentle. Teaches you patience.
Stop, I'm about to cry. Go away. This is unbelievable.
This is a little sticky too, I noticed. Watch this. So you try to shut this one.
This can't. How can it be wrong?
It's right to left swap. Tech tip.
It's not funny.
Tech tip. That's how it goes. Like, how would you? It's super easy. This is the very first time Olivia's done this. She's doing it herself. I'm just coming in to film her and to mock her.
Go away. Stop.
She might be. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a mean dad. Okay, so according to the professional Olivia, you shut everything, then what? Now
Okay,
what?
let go.
Let go.
One more time. Hold it down.
Hold it down. Am I holding it down in the shut?
Shut. Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Oh, oh,
Okay, then let go.
let go.
Okay, now press and hold glass close switch.
Press and hold. Oh, it worked.
No, you did open.
Did I? I don't think so.
No?
Nope.
Okay,
See, I'm still
keep
holding
holding
it.
it,
I'm
yeah.
still holding it.
Okay, then it's working.
It's working. I didn't quit holding it.
Okay, don't
Shut.
hold it.
Oh my goodness. It's like a circus. It's like the circus is in town. You fixed this moonroof. That's impressive. Sweet. Way to go, babe. You got it. You can be proud of this. Now, reassemble in exact order of disassemble.
Hi, guys. Here.
Okay, tech tip. Might have made it more difficult for ourselves with that rear lift gate, the way that we hand screwed it. Then it got it uninitialized and non-calibrated. So it doesn't know what it's supposed to do. Watch what happens when we try to open and shut it. Watch. It opens, and it is going to try to keep opening longer than it should. So it kind of bounced it. Then when you try to close it, it's fixed. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it just fixed itself. What I was doing before, it was trying to close and then it's bouncing open. So if that happens to you, I guess all you have to do is shut it, disconnect the battery for 20 seconds so that it clears the memory, put the battery back in, and then use your key fob, or on the dash, you push the button to open it, and that's supposed to reinitialize the liftgate. Let's do it anyways.
Whoa.
Watch this, but don't do, they have to be disconnected from the battery, okay? This is dangerous if they're not disconnected from the battery, but since they are, what it does is it just drains all the capacitors. Boom, it's completely drained. If it was still connected to the battery, you will cause an explosion.
You will die.
I'm in danger. Okay, now, battery's connected, look at this. Oh, that works better.
Yeah, that wasn't locking all the way.
Yep, that latch pulls itself down. Okay, so we did need to do that. Now, also, I just cleared all the capacitors in the computer, so that means transmission. The transmission is intelligent, so it's going to shift funny for the next couple times you drive it. Throttle, initially when you start it, it might start a little weird because the throttle is intelligent as well. Don't worry about it. It's all part of the fun.